Because we're back right on time as the advent. Wonderful.
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Left.
Come on!
Hello, hello, Caden. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a great time. Oh, Seki, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Hello, y'all. Hi, I guess apparently we're watching anime. But I hope you're all doing well. Hope you all enjoyed some Hades. This is Ace Attorney. I promise this is Ace Attorney.
Long, long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and sealed the fallen demon away. To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the forbidden chamber.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hi, Delphi. Hello, Bybeast, Monica.
Night-night, Alderman. Sweet dreams.
That man is dead.
At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
I want to say I'm partly surprised by magic, but also I'm really not. There's been plenty of magic and occult bullshit in Ace Attorney before. A few months prior to the courthouse bombing, which if you missed it, if you weren't here last week, yes, the courthouse got bombed. Where Apollo is a bit of an edge boy now, but it's fine. He's covered in bandages. He'll be fine. Guess I'm a little early. Oh, hey, Apollo. Getting an early start today? It's the first job I've had in a while, after all. Well, we are filed. I can't talk today. Well, it's not every day I get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is it anyway? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details. Work? Is that how he put it? Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again. You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo. Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. Well, at least that tells us how long it's been since the first Apollo Justice game. Lots happened since then. But I've settled in nicely, despite a few bumps in the road. Do you yet know that this girl in front of you is your sister? Or is that still a secret? My name is Apollo Justice. I'm practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Right Anything Agency, and it's where I work. Don't let the name fool you, it's definitely a law agency, 100% official, real, legit, don't worry about it. I have papers. They still don't know? Still Star Wars. Don't say Star Wars, because they don't kiss. Thank God. As far as I'm aware, Lucy and Apollo do not do the kiss. They do not do the Star Wars. Also, hi, Kay. But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly. It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. This is Trucy Wright, a budding musician. And adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Phoenix Wright. She sometimes makes me help her with their magic tricks. And what's wrong with that? You're one of the agency's talents as well. I was under the impression that I was a lawyer. Like, maybe I was wrong. Oh, we'd better hurry. Doesn't look like Daddy's going to make it, so let's get going. Where are we going? What about the job you mentioned? This is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company today. Now, come on. Another day of not being a lawyer. Should have seen this coming. Well, this is the Right Anything Agency, you know? And there's no law-related work at the moment, so... Tell me again why I chose to work here. I don't think it was necessarily a choice. It was more of a... You kind of put your own boss in jail for doing a murder, so you didn't have a job anymore. So you went to the only place you could. Where's Mr. Wright, anyway? Daddy said something about going to meet an acquaintance. But don't worry, just focus on your job and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day. Wait a second. Ugh. And another day of anything goes begins at the Right Anything Agency. As long as you have fun every day, it doesn't matter. Nine Tails Vale, Yokai Lane. I don't like the spider. I do like the fox. Family. I'm sorry, what now? Baby, so you're gonna have to run this by me again? Oh, this is just a random comic. I was like, for a second my brain went, official comic? I was like, wait, no. That's impossible. That's very funny, though. Oh, so, what are we doing way up here in the mountains? This is Ninetales Vale. Everyone's been talking about the yokai craze here. Yokai? Oh, you mean Japanese monsters? Yes, that explains all these weird things. Speaking of which, wasn't Ninetales Vale founded by Japanese immigrants? Punisher, are you doing turtle necromancy? Are you having fun with it? Yeah, they're holding a festival to boost tourism over at the Alderman's Manor. The man who's dead? He's dead now? My friend who works there invited us. That's why we're here. Maya's not here, is she? In other words, I'm your chaperone because your dad was too busy. Daddy said that with those horns of yours, you'd make a great addition to their festival. I mean, you look just like a Japanese demon. Wasn't that so thoughtful of him, Polly? I could do without thoughtfulness like that. Oh, it's almost time. Come on, Polly. The festival grounds are this way. Alright, guess it's time to move to QB Manor Garden. I want to see what's going on around here, though. This monster craze. Come to think of it, I think I heard about it on TV. It's supposedly how Ninetales Vale made a comeback from the brink of fiscal disaster. Our agency, sir, could use something positive like that. Oh, I know! Let's jump on board the monster craze! You and Daddy would be a perfect comedy duo! You could call yourselves Agni and Rudra, Demon Kings of Comedy. Daddy sets them up and you knock them down. Hey, I think we hit the jackpot with this idea. Sorry, but I plan on staying a lawyer. You do? But we're not making any money from it. Don't remind me. You don't have to act so surprised by that. It is interesting how much Phoenix and now Apollo are just like, please, just some money. Some client somewhere, please pay me. We're so broke. Hey, Trucy, have you seen my attorney's badge? How could you lose something so important? Sometimes I really worry about you, Apollo. It's right here. I literally have it right there. This is so weird. I wonder if I dropped it somewhere. Oh, look! What are these panties doing here? Forget about panties. I'm looking for my badge. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! Did you forget? These are my magic panties. From the first Apollo game. Hey, that's my attorney's badge. Wow, how'd you do that? I set it all up while we were back in the office. Oh, I didn't even... Wait, you took my badge? Yeah, but calling them magic panties is much funnier. Oh, they won't let us look around. Boo. I want to look at the yokai. Oh, this place is really something. It definitely feels like a different world here. Trucy. Okay. Jinxie! Jinxie? Why do you have those things on your head? Why do you have talismans on? And this is... my friend, Jinxie Tenma. She's the one who invited us. She just happens to be the maid here. 2 horns, a love of red. Are you a demon? No, I'm Apollo Justice. He is a demon. What the? Be gone, foul beast. You look great, Polly. Abracaboxers is also pretty good. I do like Abracaboxers. That's a good pun. Okay, thank you. fills in some of that space on your forehead. Ugh. What is this thing? It's a warding charm. Jinxie puts them on all the monsters she finds. But I'm not a monster. Maybe I should have told her you're a good demon. Or you could just say I'm human. The red demon, emissary of the underworld. I got up early to do my hair for this. Can I take this off now? So you can eat me? I'm not going to eat you. Forgive me, you terrible one. Tone down your cords of steel, Apollo. You're tearing her out of her wits. Don't worry, I'm already full. Please stay that way. Great, now I'm playing along, too. You make a wonderful demon, Apollo. So I wanted to ask you about Ninetales Veil. Be gone, foul demon! Looks like you've been demonized, Polly. Literally. I'm starting to wonder if I really am a demon myself. I love the little touch of the talisman blowing every time he talks. I think that's a really funny little touch. Please, don't eat me. I have food if you're hungry. Oh, this isn't working. I won't get anything out of her until we set the record straight. If only we had some way to prove you're not as scary as you look. Ouch, unnecessary roughness. Looks like I have to present some proof. Proof that I'm 100% human. I mean, I only have one piece of evidence. Here, look at my badge. I wanted to show you this. What is it? It's my attorney's badge, you see? I'm not a demon, I'm a lawyer. Alright, look, depending on who you talk to, I don't know if that's better. That might be worse to some people. Really? You're a lawyer? Maybe now she'll stop calling me a demon. Does it protect you from Enmadayo's judgment? Who's Enmadayo? Think those are the same thing? I think it depends on the lawyer. But it's definitely similar, definitely connected. I read somewhere that he's the demon lord who judges the dead for their sins. Uh-oh, I think now she thinks you're a demon lawyer from hell, Polly. So a lawyer. Can I go back to being just a normal demon? Please don't boil me in a scalding cauldron. I prefer a Turkish bath if possible. A Turkish bath? Isn't that more sauna than bath? Don't worry, Jinxie, he's a good demon. He'll save you if you ever go astray. Please, Mr. Demon Lawyer, sir, have mercy on my soul. Ugh, I told you, I'm not a demon. You're just making things worse. You just leave that Enmadayo to me. Isn't that great, Jinxie? Uh-huh. I'm no longer scared to cross into the afterlife. I think you should maybe be a little bit more afraid of that. Like, let someone tell these two I'm human already. Cool, let's try this again. So Jinxie, I hear this village is the epicenter of the monster craze. This once again brings me back to the question of, when this was originally written, was it written to be in quote-unquote America, or is it just, okay, we're in too deep with the translation, having all this Japanese stuff, but we're still calling it America? We're in too deep, we have to stick with it, and it's kind of funnier that way. It was in Japan OG, so they just chose comedy. Comedy and consistency. No, we went straight in from Kaden stream, so I kind of forgot. I'm gonna be honest. Hi, Lady Demar. Oh, that does remind me though. If you have a sub, we have some new emotes. Let me post them because I think they're cute. Nox made us some new emotes. And they're very adorable, and one of them is an objection, which I know was asked about before. They literally have some more, like, joined together and their cultures mixed. It's possible. I don't know. Regardless, it's funny. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Uh-huh. Barely anyone had ever heard of it before, but now it's packed with tourists. Really? Hi, Carson. Thank you for the 18 months. Enjoy your emotes. You don't want to be spoiled on Hades 2? Fair, but boy, is it fun. It's a fun game. It's a fun time. But we're happy to have you here. Really? So the monster craze is the reason behind today's festival? It was the alderman's idea, but I'd be careful if I were you. There are lots and lots of yokai prowling around Ninetales Vale. Prowling about? You mean like wild animals or something? Uh-huh. And they're hungry too. And eating monsters. And they're all over the place. Uh-huh. In fact, there was one at the manor yesterday. I heard the doorbell ring, but when I opened the door, nobody was there. It was the Ding Dong Demon! How else could you explain it? Alright, look, if you go to Tumblr and say Ding Dong Demon, I feel like you're gonna get something very different. Very different. Oh, when I was a kid, my friends used to play this prank called Ding Dong Ditch. Well, that doesn't prove yokai aren't real. There's even one here at the manor. The demon Tenmataro. He's imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro? The Forbidden Chamber. The Ding Dong Demon. How many Ding Dongs did the Ding Dong Demon have? As many Ding Dongs as the Ding Dong Demon wants. I will provide no further clarification. About that yokai you said wasn't present here at the manor. Is it true? Uh-huh. He's a super evil demon named Tenmataro. Here, let's take a look at the scroll. Tenmataro's the dark demon you see here. He's super evil and super scary. So that's the yokai imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. He was defeated by the village guardian yokai, the nine-tailed fox, and locked away forever. So, you're saying Tenmataro is still trapped inside the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. But he's just biding his time until he can escape. Still, we should be perfectly safe, because there's a really powerful sealing charm on the door keeping it shut tight. What a charming security system. Well, Apollo, now is not the time. Well, actually, this is a perfect time for these kind of jokes. You can keep the scroll if you want. The alderman gave me this, but just holding it gives me the chills, so... Thanks, Jinxie. Maybe I'll give this to Mr. Wright. Yokai legend added to the court record. So, I was wondering, are those things on your forehead also warding charms, Jinxie? Yes, they prevent evil things from getting inside me. Papa told me to wear them. Evil things? Apollo, don't you dare take those charms off her forehead. They have to stay there. Forever. Got it? I wonder what would happen if I did take them off. It's time for me to get back to work. Thanks for inviting us, Jinxie. You're welcome. Oh, and before I forget, there's going to be a surprise event today. Is it a murder mystery? Is it a courthouse trial? Is it just a regular old murder? Even I don't know what to expect, but it's sure to be fun. Better not be a yokai parade. She'd probably drop dead from fright. Huh? Ah! Demon! Oh, wait. It's just someone in a suit. Right? It's Tenmataro! Tenmataro? The demon from the Forbidden Chamber? Please don't hurt me! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! I don't know if beans will work against, this thing, as it's... You're not quite a Tengu. I don't know what you are. Better watch out, little girl, or I'll snatch you away. Charm. Where's the dying go to heaven charm? Oh, she put it on her own forehead. The
I'm in
charm.
danger.
Only a little bit of. I mean, she did just put a death charm on herself. She sure gives up quick. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there! You mustn't stare at Tinmataro like that. Lower your eyes. It'll steal your soul if you're not careful. Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? Your devilry stops here and now, Tinmataro. Now what? Look, Apollo. There's somebody up on the roof. What the hell did I walk in on? That booming laugh. Could it be? My 9 golden tails are proof of my unassailable righteousness. With my band of 100 minions, I vanquish evil from the land. I am the wrestler of righteousness. I couldn't see the last word. The golden lord of yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is here! Oh my god, where the fuck is Mark when I need him? Delphi, are you still here? Where are my wrestling fans at? Fear not, good little boys and girls, for I shall defeat Tinmataro! Oh, hooray, hooray! It's the amazing Ninetales! Up to your no-good tricks again, eh, Tinmataro? Well, not on my watch! There's nothing to fear now, my child. I have banished Tinmataro, and your people can all live in peace. Thank you, Mr. Amazing Ninetales, sir. That fox is so ripped. Now, I must be off. Another match, another foe to vanquish. Oh, wait! Has the murder happened yet? I don't know. That's a very good question. Not that Apollo knows. What was that all about? Did that wrestler just chase off a yokai? Looked like it came out of the Alderman's Manor. Here's the thing. On the one hand, I'm not surprised that the #1 character I've seen art of and seen around the internet is the clown girl from, I think, Spirits of Justice, not Dual Destinies. But at the same time, I'm surprised I've never seen this guy on Tumblr. Like, he just, I don't know, there's just something about him that just fits, that just feels like it should fit. The kind of like bara furry thing. Like, it's obviously an outfit, but like you can you can furryfy him up a little bit more. Where's the art of that guy as like an actual fox furry? I want to see his persona, and it's just him, but with actual fur. That's all I want. That was the amazing Ninetales. He's a pro wrestler from right here in Ninetales of Ale. But no one knows his true identity. Not quite muscle grandpa, not quite furry, lost. You know what? That's a very valid point. Meanwhile, the big tits clown girl, but origin classy, so, you know. Jinxie sir seems chipper all of a sudden. Wasn't all that about him banishing Tinmataro? And that was a yokai exorcism. It's an annual ritual where Tinmataro is released to remind us of his wickedness. In the end, the nine-tailed fox drives Tinmataro and purifies our village. Here's the thing. In actual mythology, the fucking nine-tailed fox was a woman. So where's my big muscle woman, nine-tailed fox instead? Give me her. Where's she at? You know, screw what I said before. I want big muscle fox lady. I got distracted. What happened? I blacked out. But the amazing Ninetales did the honors this year. So that was the big surprise, huh? The amazing Ninetales and Tenmataro, huh? I mean Renamon with a lot of muscle. Renamon's real small. I love Renamon. Renamon's basic. If I had a Digimon Sona, it would be a Renamon. I'm gonna be honest. But Renamon's not that muscly. The amazing Ninetales and Tenmataro, huh? Whatever floats your boat. Oh, would you look at the time? I'd better get back to work. Please excuse me. He's a strange one, all right. Bree would like to have a word with UK. Have you seen Bree's art of her big muscle furries? They're very good. She's a strange one, all right. I think she's sweet in her own special way. Knowing Trucy, she probably has lots of friends who are sweet in their own way. Well, we still have some time to kill. Might as well see the rest of Ninetales Vale while we're here. The fun never stops, does it? Listen to all that Walla in the background. Oh, and then it stopped. Especially, I feel like male furry gets a lot of muscle. That's very common. I think I bought nearly every yokai souvenir that was for sale. I know, because my wallet's running on empty. Perks of a little sister. Jesus Christ. There's something so funny about this image. You end up seeing a lot of stuff. I think my favorite part is the fact that it looks like a giant beard. I think that's the best part. Huh? What's with all the commotion over there? Hey, isn't that your friend Jinxie? I hope everything's okay. It's terrible! Calm down, Jinxie. Tell us what happened. Big ass fucking chin. The demon Tenmataro. He killed Alderman QB. Uh-oh. What? Wait, killed isn't dead? Yes, and Tenmataro did it. Tenmataro? You stay here while I go have a look. Please, wait. Huh? It's a Tenmataro warding charm. It should protect you, but please, be careful. The Alderman's in the Fox Chamber at the top of the main staircase. Okay, got it. Okay, so the cutscene that started this episode, that was the animated cutscene, had the Tenmataro and the Nine-Tailed Fox fight, putting Tenmataro away, and then it showed the Alderman getting murdered by some weirdo, and then he ripped off the seal. So I'm guessing that it was actually depicting the story of what happened here, where this wrestler, the Amazing Ninetales, who might have been the Alderman QB, banished Tenma, and then after the show, motherfucker comes in and stabs him and frees the real Tenma, or whatever's in there for real, because we know, well, okay, I was about to say, we know there's not a real demon in there, but I'm like, well, we have had ghosts before, so... Oh good, 2 people are dead. Oh good, only 1 person's dead.
Are you all right?
Hey, you saw what happened.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm a lawyer. Please tell me who did this before you pass out.
Someone call an ambulance!
And don't say Tenmataro. Ghost murder, I'm okay with. Demon murder, also, we know that's not right. The police arrived soon after that, at which point I returned to the festival grounds. Apparently, the man impaled by the spear was already dead. Well, there was one other person there, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. Are you going to put the sweet girl on trial? Is she the defendant? Thank goodness the other man's going to be fine. Sounds like he'll only been unconscious. You think Jinxie's going to be okay? I'm sure she'll be back to your old self in no time. At least she's calm enough for the police to question her for now. And I'd sure love to know what crazy animal with those feathers and tracks. Oh, look, here comes Jinxie. Hi, Trucy. Hi, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Hey, feeling any better? I was wondering if you're up to filling us in on what happened. Oh, the man with the spear in his chest was already dead? Uh-huh. It was Alderman Cubey. When I found him, he was already... Do you think that neck is thick enough? I'm going to call him the Amazing Ninetales. I'm going to say that he was the wrestler. It's you! You were the fox. So the victim was the village alderman. And the one who was found alive? It was he. Damien Tinma. He's the mayor of the neighboring city, Tinma Town. They arrested him? So, he's the killer? Nuh-uh! Papa didn't kill anyone! Uh-oh. Papa? Papa? As in, your father? That's right. Jinxie's dad is mayor of Tinma Town. No way! Yes, way, but he's innocent. Oh, this just got way more complicated. The victim was the alderman of Ninetales Vale, and Jinxie's father, the mayor of Tinma Town, was arrested for the crime. Sounds like we have some investigating to do. I know this is difficult, Jinxie, but you need to hang in there. I know. I'll try my best. Would you mind telling me a little more about the victim? So, the victim was the village alderman? What can you tell me about him? His name was Rex Cubey. They say his family has ties to the legendary nine-tailed fox. He was really kind, and he always looked out for me. He was a former pro wrestler, and I even heard he knew the Amazing Ninetales. Former, yeah, former. Who get the arrested fast? It has to be something like that. Just like, well, you're the only person on the scene, and or the first person on the scene, so it's gotta be you, right? It's... The police system, the justice system is fucked. Let's just be blunt about it. Former pro wrestler, huh? That's something to keep in mind. With your father being mayor and all, I guess you're originally from Tinma Town, huh? So then, why'd you come work here? It was to overcome your fears, right, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Plus, Mama was from Ninetales Vale, though she's no longer with us. Oh, absolutely, okay. And is it like the Steel Samurai? Well, the Steel Samurai was... No, you're right. That's kind of what happened in the Steel Samurai case. It's like, well, you're the character that supposedly killed him, so it's gotta be you. She loved these flowers. I always wanted to live where Ninetales flowers grew. Wow, what a beautiful flower. And with exactly 9 petals, too. Just looking at them gives me courage, even when I'm scared of yokai. Jinxie, when you first told us about what happened, you said the killer was a demon. Uh-huh. The warding charm on the Forbidden Chamber's door. It's been removed. The Forbidden Chamber's door? The big door that was barred shut? There wasn't a charm on it when I checked it out, so I guess it was removed by someone. And that's how Tenmataro escaped. Oh, how? But when I try and remember what happened, it all goes fuzzy. Jinxie, you should go get some rest. You've been through a lot today. Between the warding charm being removed and the black feathers and weird tracks, I could see how a superstitious person might think a demon was the killer. Also, yeah, there were weird bloody footprints going out of the room, and the police were like, well, you, instead of, hey, let's follow these tracks and see where they go. Apollo, maybe this is your chance. Chance for what? To do the right thing and defend Jinxie's dad in court. Oh, me? Wouldn't a man like Mayor Tenma have access to more experienced lawyers? You want to know what the detective said? I doubt if there was a lawyer who could get a not guilty verdict in this one. That's what they all say. And then either I or Phoenix Wright come in and we show them that they're assholes. Sounds like they're expecting an open and shut case. Don't worry, Jinxie. If anyone can prove your dad's innocence, it's Polly. What? You'll accept the case, won't you, Polly? Oh, it's all over, isn't it? I'll be all alone for the rest of my life. Oh, right. Jinxie already lost her mother. Alright. Jinxie, leave your father's defense to me. Attaboy, Polly. You're going to help Papa, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Yep, because that's what lawyers do. Plus no toilet cleaning for a while. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your father walks away a free man, except for lying and cheating. I won't do that. Thank you, Mr. Demon Lawyer. I can tell you're one of the good ones. Also, I'll take the case because your dad's a mayor and he probably has the money to actually pay me. He does have the money to actually pay me for the case, right? Red demons are usually so mean. It's been a while, but I'll be fine. Ready or not, here comes justice. That's how to go and meet my new client. But before I forget, better jot this down in my notebook. Hey, Apollo, what's the notebook for? Oh, I thought I should jot down some stuff about the case. So I don't misplace them when putting my notes in the court record. I guess we should call it a to-do list. Oh, sounds handy. The Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law Ace Attorney game? I have not. That sounds hilarious, though. Read my notes as I open the court record with R, and I can switch between the tabs using L and R. Oh, I almost forgot. So, about Jinxie's father. No matter how scary he seems, promise me you'll resist the urge to run away. Oh, wait, what? His angry air can paralyze you with fear. And some claim he can even shoot laser beams from his eyes. Well, maybe Papa isn't really that scary. A paralyzing stare. Laser beams from his eyes. He sounds like some kind of monster. I think it's about time I see Jinxie off. I'll head back to the office after I'm done. Alright, thanks. April 17th, Detention Center. Jesus Christ. What the? We haven't even seen it. That's not what I was looking for. I was just curious about this because I haven't seen these notes before. Someone's been drinking that One Piece wide juice. I still think it's you. Visiting hours. Perfect timing. Hope he's not as scary as he sounds. Who are you? Yeah, so you're Damien Tenma, right? I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. I'm here to help. Huh? Ah! Let me out of here. Sorry, I get a little loud sometimes. How incredibly rude. Sorry, did I do something to offend you? A visitor when all others shun me like a common criminal. And here I am with nothing to offer. I am the epitome of rudeness. Wait, so he wasn't mad at me? Unworthy as I am, I, Damien Tinma, shall breach these walls, so that I may treat my benefactors some tea, and maybe some cookies, too. No, wait, we can do tea and cookies after we prove your innocence. How about you start by telling me what happened? I see. So tea and cookies can wait, can they? That was close. We don't need jailbreak added to the list of charges. Seems like a good guy, but with a face like that, I can see why he's misunderstood. Did they just completely remove the examine feature in this game? Mayor Tinma, do you mind if I ask why you were arrested? Sorry, I guess some things are better left unsaid. I'm gonna code bah. Excuse me? To think a public paragon such as I could be treated like this. This arrest should have never happened. Go on. I fear the ill effects it will have on our youth. But I have but one choice. I must leave here at once, if only to protect the moral fiber of our youth. How old are you? You're 45? Okay, just curious, just checking. No, wait. You can protect the moral fiber of our youth after you've been declared not guilty. I suppose you're right. Our youth just came this close to quite scare. My fingerprints were on the spear that killed Alderman Cuby. Well, that's why I was arrested. Your prints were on the murder weapon? That's never good. Any idea how they got there? None, for I hardly remember a thing, you see. I was fast asleep at the time. Someone must have sent me a sleeping pill or something. Or what's worse, somebody clobbered me on the head. I see. A drug-induced slumber and a blow to the head. Wouldn't the hospital be able to tell if you have a sleeping drug in your system? Like, or would it pass by the time you were awake enough to tell them? No wonder you hardly remember a thing. Oh. What'd you call me? Huh? Was it some kind of strange... Did he just call me a hoe? Look, I'm helping you out here, my dude. Don't have to be rude. Oh, I think we can safely assume your parents are planted while you were unconscious. What do the police have on you as far as a motive is concerned? Truth be told, there's been a bit of trouble between the alderman and I as of late. Oh, was it personal in nature? Nothing like that. It's a long story. But suffice to say, I've been pushing to merge Ninetales Vale with Tinmatown. Surrender Ninetales Vale to Tinmatown now! Well, that's what I told him. I'd like to tell you to stop shouting like that, but I'm too scared. So, that's the motive the police have established for the Alderman's murder? Indeed it is. After all, Alderman Cuby was dead set against a municipal merger. And that's why they think you killed him? He was in your way. Ugh, curses! Mayor Tinma, are you okay? Jinxie, forgive me. I never meant to worry you like this. It'll work out fine. Just leave it to me. If only it really were that easy. I don't even know where to start. Thank you for meeting with me, Mayor Tinma. Please, wait. My daughter, Jinxie. Yeah? She already lost her mother. And now with me being held in here, I fear she'll be terribly lonely. I hesitate to ask, but I beg you, be a friend to her in her time of need. Leave it to me. Tracy and I will look out for your daughter. I shall rest a little easier then. You know, you remind me of some of the new friends Jinxie has been talking about. New friends? Yes. It seems she's made some new friends since she started working in Ninetales Vale. They're quite the unusual bunch too. There's a lady with an exceptionally long neck, and a young lad with an incredibly long tongue, and many other interesting characters. I have so many different things that we could say about that. I want to start on the Leslie thing and say the band member from Kiss, whose name I don't remember. That's more like a bunch of monsters to me. Now, if you would excuse me, it appears my time is up. Ugh, why am I so tired? That must have been more tense than I thought. I also just realized this world has never heard of a lawyer being present while you're questioned by the police. Still, I'm glad he didn't turn out to be as scary as he looks. The call. Oh, it's Mr. Wright. Justice here. Apollo, is that you? Hi, Mr. Wright. What can I do for you? Juicy told me you've taken on a new case. Oh, that. It was kind of spur of the moment. He's actually calling me about a case? That's fine, but I have a favor to ask. Sure, what is it? I'm at the airport right now. There was someone I had to meet. A new addition to the agency, actually. Her name's Athena Sykes, and she just passed the bar. Okay, so this is a few months before the bombing. So this is the first time Apollo met Athena. Both of them named after Greek gods. That's right. I remember hearing about her coming to join us. Guess that was today. She took off as soon as I told her you needed help with the case. It was like there was no stopping her. Oh wait, what? Where is she now? Probably somewhere in Ninetales Vale by now. That's where that favor I mentioned comes in. I need you to go find her. But I've never even met her before. What does she look like? She'll be the girl in the yellow suit sporting an attorney's badge. Okay, I'll find her. Phoenix is blue, Apollo is red, Athena is yellow, Edgeworth is the fancy bastard that he is. He can't just be a primary, he can't just be a main color. He has to be like mauve, burgundy, like wine. Gumshoe is green. Misty? That's what her keeps reminding you of? I can kind of see a little bit of the color schemes there. A new addition to the agency. Well, I better get back to Ninetales Vale quick. Hello? Athena? Here, girl. I already told you I'm a lawyer assigned to the case. I need to study the crime scene, so if you would please tell me where Kiwi Manor is. You can't fool me. You're just some delinquent high school student playing hooky. You stupid pig-headed! His attorney's badge isn't just for show, you know. Looks like I just found Miss Athena Sykes. How would you believe me? Don't expect me to defend you in court if you ever get arrested. Well, I'm the one who usually does the arresting, so... Let's say, shouldn't you be getting back to school? I already told you, I'm a lawyer, not a student. That's it. Enough of your lies. You're coming with me. This is incredibly rude. Don't ever do this to someone. If they tell you that they're... Especially if they have, like, evidence, like... I've seen people who look very young. Don't do this to them. Don't be a fucking rude bastard. Get your hands off of me. Ooh, nice judo. Nice throw. Shame that it had to land on me, but good throw. And you can watch out for the bystanders next time. Whoops. Are you okay? I think so. That police officer's out cold. I am so sorry. I do that when people suddenly grab me. It's like a reflex or something. I am sorry. Are you a descendant of one Miss Chisato Makoto from Greatest Attorney, a game that has not come out yet as of Dual Destinies? Who does the exact same thing? I magically remembered in the moment her full name. Susato was great, and we all love Susato. The best fucking lawyer in any of these Ace Attorney games is Susato Makoto. Legitimately. Reflex. That's more like a felony. You're Athena Sykes, I take it? That would be me. And you are? I'm Apollo Justice. I work at the Right Anything Agency. The Right Anything Agency? What a fishy-sounding name. It's a long story, but it is a law office, among other things. Did Mr. Wright explain it to you? Oh, right! That right! So then you must be... Oh, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. I could say the same thing to you. Well, here I am. Now, how about telling me a little bit about yourself? Mr. Wright didn't really tell me much, as always. Of course. Feel free to ask away. Hold on, what if I do this? Yep, that's your attorney's badge, alright. Its dull, grimy look makes me think of all the courtroom battles you faced so far. Which one now? I'm lost. I'm trying to remember now. About the magnet. I hope mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world! Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go. Sykes. I get it. I get it now. Like, Sykes, like mentally. Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. No need to deflate her dreams about work just yet. Oh, Athena, I hear you just passed the bar. That's right, and here's my shiny new badge to prove it. How isn't it beautiful? You must be a bit younger than me. A bit more than you might think, in fact. I'm only 18. 18? How in the world did you become a lawyer at that age? I skipped a few grades while I was an exchange student in Europe. And I got my license to practice law while I was over there. All I can say is, wow, she must be a genius or something. I also studied analytical psychology. Thought it might help me be a better lawyer. Psychology helps her be a better lawyer? How exactly does that work? Gee, I don't know, Mr. I can read people's facial expressions and know exactly what they're thinking and what they're hiding. So tell me about our client. What are they like? Oh, right, you haven't met him yet. Well... Blah, 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 blah. He's a bit... And that about sums it up. Oh, he's more worried about his daughter than himself. Oh, what a wonderful father. Oh, wait, are you crying? I'm not crying. There was something in my eye. They're called tears. Moving right along. Let's get down to business. Helping our client is priority number 1. Wrong button. Oops, we're gonna make her cry again. Psychology. Tell me about your psychology. So, Athena, you mentioned studying psychology? That's right. I've always wanted to bring analytical psychology into the courtroom. The power of psychology will bring a breath of fresh air to the legal system. Oh, really? So how do you plan on using it to defend our clients? Well, for example, I can try to listen in on a witness's inner voice, and then analyze their psychological state with the help of my trusty partner, Widget. Widget? This device around my neck here. Say hi, Widget. Hi, Widget. I love Widget. Widget's a good boy. Look at him. Look at that little fucker. It talks? Whoa, you need a volume knob. Anyway, the little guy will sometimes say what I'm feeling. Awkward. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Now that I seriously doubt. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something you might be interested in. I got on my way here. Think it might have something to do with our case? A special edition covering our case? That was quick, it's only been a few hours. That's the whole point of special editions, isn't it? To be the first to get the scoop? Rapido! Right, well, let's see what it says here. What's the deal with the Spanish? Huh. Well now. Mataro was seen... He was seen flying through the sky? Well now. Ain't that just interesting? Someone's pulling some Scooby-Doo bullshit here. This is straight up something that happened in Witch's Ghost. The article goes on to say it might be connected to our case. Apparently that photo was shot right after the murder occurred. Well, there were black feathers and strange tracks at the crime scene. I'm surprised the local think a yokai was involved. Oh, wait a second. Yokai is in one of those Japanese monsters? My god, you don't actually think it was a supernatural murder, do you? Talk to Phoenix? Talk to Phoenix? It's not as out there as you might think. It's not as out there as you might think. It's happened before, and it will probably happen again. No, of course not. Now German? Why not plain old English? I have a feeling the different languages was a thing that happened while she was in, Europe. Andale, Apollo! Let's get cracking on that crime scene already. Okay, what's next on the list? Investigating the crime scene, what else? Well, what are we waiting for? That they really did just kind of lift a lot of this from the Steel Samurai case. No doubt. Last one there's a rotten egg. Not have to run all the way there. Okay, then how about speed walking? Why does this have to be a competition at all? Yeah, that's a Molly old man if I've ever seen one. That is 100% a Molly old man. The more I look at this guy. He has to be, right? Especially this picture. I need to send Molly a picture of this later just to find out. Do you hear that? It sounds like a TV or something. Oh, look! There's a TV in that little room in the corner. In other news, the mysterious masked wrestler, the Amazing Ninetales, has been confirmed missing according to sources close to the wrestler. It appears he disappeared sometime after the special event held in Ninetales Vale today. Gee, I wonder why. I fucking wonder why. He also failed to appear at a match today where he was scheduled to defend his title. Local villagers say his disappearance may be connected with Tenmataro's recent escape. So that wrestler's gone missing. Hey, you two! You don't belong here! Oh, no, hold on. Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember a certain character's voice. Well, what about them horns of yours? They look mighty suspicious, if you ask me. Horns? That's my hair. Anyway, we're lawyers, and we're here to... You know, them lawyers come to defend me Tenma, ain't ya? I should have reckoned that with the expensive-looking bracelet you got there. My name's Phineas Filch. How much money do you steal on a regular basis? I'm the caretaker here. Pleased to meet ya. Same here. Wow, talk about a quick change of heart. So tell me, demon lawyer. Bet you use them demonic horns of yours to scare the bejeebers out of witnesses, huh? Come here, you little horn demon, you. Youch! These horns, I mean, my hair isn't meant to threaten anyone. They ain't? He was a mighty big waste of perfectly good horns, if you ask me. And again, ain't none of my business, so... That was fast. Guess he's done with me. And I'd best get back to work. He is. Motherfucker stole my bracelet. Excuse you. Hold the phone, Filch. Stop filching my shit. That belongs to my mother? That belonged to my mother? Fuck off and give me that.
Hold it!
Thank you, Athena. Halt! Stop right there. Hold it. It's not quite an objection, actually. Huh? Me? Apollo, your bracelet's gone. Don't you worry, Mr. Lawyer, sir. I'll check the lost and found later. Somehow, I don't think that'll be necessary. Just check your wrist right now. The cat's out of the bag! It was barely in the bag in the first place. That was a pretty pathetic attempt. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't control myself. Please, forgive me. I'm begging ya. Is he buying it? Is he buying it? Oh, please, don't hurt me. Are you buying it? Is this working? Business. Sheesh, I almost feel sorry for him now. What should we do about him, Apollo? Well, I got my bracelet back, and he seems sorry enough, so... I knew you'd understand, Mr. Lawyer, sir. You obviously got a big heart. As big as the wad of cash in your wallet, I hope. You leave my wallet out of this. Oh! Hey, didn't you just finish apologizing for stealing for us? Run away! Head for the hills! Get back here, you! Talk about a quick escape. Huh? Looks like you dropped a few things. Looks like a pair of diagrams. This one's of the crime scene, and here's one of the foyer. He left his shoes behind, too. Guy's the living definition of a bumbling thief. Let's hang on to his shoes. We can give them back next time we see them. As for the diagrams, I say we keep them. They look like something the police might draw. Wonder where the caretaker got them. Yeah, it is kind of a miracle that he was able to get it off without Apollo noticing. Now then, as I recall, the Fox Chamber should be at the top of those stairs. But first, I want to take a look at these. There's an air duct. That's going to be important. That's important information for later. And there's a camera there in the foyer. April 17th, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. Ah, thank you for the posture. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Maya. Hi, Maya, how you doing? Thank you for the hydrate and posture. I have hydrated. I have postured. We're good. Where'd all these black feathers and weird tracks come from? The popular opinion seems to be that they're from Tinmataro. You mean the great evil has returned? Even if he did, I'd be left out of the courthouse trying to indict him. Big headache? That was me yesterday and this morning. Boy, it sucked. I'm feeling better now, though. But I hope may your headache be swiftly removed. Drink plenty of water. Lots of water. Water helpful. Hey! Who are you and what are you doing here? This is a crime scene. I'm making a random guess as to who this is. Who the hell are you? Who are you? Are you with the police? I asked first. Who are you and what are you doing here? On second thought, I'm placing you under arrest for disturbing a crime scene. I immediately don't like you. There's something about you I don't like. I don't like the vibes. I do like the music though. The music's fine. Under arrest? But... I'll save it for the boys back at HQ. Now, come quietly or else. I don't want to be late for lunch. Please, wait. Tinma's lawyers. Well, why didn't you say so? So you're the lawyers I heard about. I almost took you two in. Ichi sure were suspicious, though. I don't know how many more times I can take being called suspicious in one day. Staying up till 5 in the morning playing Fallout 76. Jesus Christ, Maya. Sorry, we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright. Look at how bright I am. Listen to my theme music that I'm playing out of my backpack. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. I called his voice immediately. I'm on point today. I do miss Gumshoe. Gumshoe was good. He was an idiot, but he was good. I miss Gumshoe. I miss Herlock. I miss, Lestrade from Rainy Attorney as well. No, my favorite thing about Lestrade, though, was always his infinite fish and chips. Best fucking thing. Great gag. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase, it's in justice we trust. Hey, if I told you my name was Apollo Justice, would you trust me? Oh boy, this guy's a story and a half. So, what can I do for you? Oh, would it be okay if we had a look around? Certainly not. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Did you make an exception? Cease and desist at once, or you'll have to deal with my little friend here. Yikes! Is he reaching for his... In justice we trust! Phew, it's just his badge. You may be Mayor Tenma's attorneys, but you still need authorization to cross a police line. Apollo, let's see if we can't change his mind. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. I bet he's as dense as heroes come. You're wasting your time and mine. Nobody's crossing this line without authorization. I'm a wall of justice keeping injustice, that would be you, at bay. Ugh, I knew it. Look, there's just us and you here, right? Justice and me, you say? That's right? Are you trying to say that Justice and I aren't enough to keep you out? What? No, silly. We're saying that you're an inspiration in our quest for justice. No! It can't be! You have him on the ropes now, Athena. If we were on the side of justice, would you let us through? But guarding the crime scene is a part of justice too. Sure. But only a bad guy would stand in the way of justice, right? Whose justice is the most just here? Well, we can't have a fair and just trial without a thorough investigation, so... Oh, Lady Justice, what would you have me do? I think we really got to him. Yeah, he seems pretty neurotic as far as champions of justice go. Arthur! He reminds me of Arthur from Fire Emblem Fates. That's who you remind me of. At least a little bit. If anyone knows who that is without looking that up, congratulations, I guess. I like his son more. Our pleas for justice must have had a huge impact. It's tying them up in knots. Now's our chance to start looking around. After all that about authorized personnel only, this was surprisingly easy. Should I stop them or let them through? Whose justice is more just? In Fire Emblem Fates, there was a character named Arthur who was similar to this in a couple ways. He's a bit of a fool. Well, let's get to work. We're supposed to be finding clues related to the crime, right? Alright, a search of the crime scene should turn us some evidence so we can use it at the trial. Let's try viewing the crime scene from different angles. You never know what's hiding just around the corner, right? So we move the cursor with the left stick, and change our perspective with the right stick. If there's a particular spot you want to examine, just give it a tap. Okay, let's leave no stone unturned. Nos allons commencer. Allons commencer. Let's get started. I don't speak French. I apologize to anyone who knows French for butchering whatever that was. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna give that a moment. Oh, wow! This is a pricey looking chair. Apparently, the mayor was found drugged and unconscious in it. Really? Yeah, and when he came to, he was arrested for murder. Talk about your rude awakenings. So he's the prime suspect in a crime he knows nothing about? That stinks! Oh, poor Mr. Tenma! He must be feeling so scared and confused. Apollo, it's up to us to save him. It's like she's on her own emotional roller coaster. So this is where Alderman Cubey's body was found. Apparently, the murder weapon, a spear, had Mayor Tinma's prints on it. That's not good. Why is the spear not in evidence lockup? Why is it here? It should not be here. Never fear, Detective Fulbright is here! Question. When did this game come out in relation to My Hero Academia starting? This is a very important question that I need to know the answer to. Let's see here. Dual Destinies came out in 2013. When did My Hero start? Not until a year later. Damn it. Okay. So Horikoshi definitely knows this game. I miss Emma. I want my girl back. Yeah. Of course, I can't offer you any information on my investigation, so in the name of justice, I must say goodbye. What was that all about? The Forbidden Chamber. Say the demon Tin Mataro was imprisoned in there before his escape. Think you can get this door open? It's worth a try. No good. It's shut tight. I don't even see a keyhole. Seems pretty hopeless. In justice we trust! Ah! Did I just hear the voice of someone in need? Allow me to fill you in. This door simply will not open. We've tried and tried, but it won't budge. It's an essential part of the culture found in the manor, so we can't blow it up either. Okay, you're definitely American. Oh, and an open door. Right. According to Miss Jinxie Tinma, it was shut tight when she came across the crime scene. Thanks for the tip, Detective Fulbright. We didn't expect you to be so helpful. Oh! Forget I just said that! Oh, the Forbidden Chamber was shut tight at the time of the murder. Sounds like something I better keep in mind. I do like the statues. Look! The statue only has one tail. Maybe it's the nine-tailed fox's sidekick. I bet the number of tails represents a yokai's power. So, if you had two Apollo, I'd only have one? Wait, what? Not that it means you're better than me, got it? Like I said, what? These weird tracks must have been made when someone stepped in the alderman's blood. Maybe the killer inadvertently made them when they were fleeing? They're pretty big tracks, almost bird-like. The feathers also point to a bird. And it must be one big bird. Not of the friendly yellow type either. Maybe it's some mutant bird creature. So your theory is a giant mutant bird murdered Alderman Cubey with a spear. It's more plausible than saying a monster yokai did it. Sorry to burst your bubble, but a giant spear-wielding bird is by definition a monster. This one's a spear, but what about this one? It looks like a giant pair of pliers. It looks like something a demon might use. Saw something like that in a manga once. Really? What are they used for? Oh, things like pinching through cheeks. Ew! Pulling out tongues. Stop! Stop! Oh, and you should see what they can do to a person's eyes. Okay, I get the idea. But I'm sure this thing is just a simple can opener. Something like that. Demons eat canned food? I always wondered what they ate besides people. They've known each other for only a couple hours and less than that, and already he's fucking with her. There's something wedged under this chair. Let's see if we can't lift it up and... Freeze! Ah! No disturbing crime scene evidence, even if you are the mayor's lawyers. He does have a point there. Hey, Detective Fulbright, did you hear about that attack over on Yokai Lane? I heard an elderly woman was assaulted by a strange yokai shaped like a roll of cloth. And you waited till now to tell me? I better get over there at once. In justice we trust! That was surprisingly easy. Okay, Apollo, now's your chance to look around some more. The more I get to know her, the scarier she gets. Hope she never finds my weakness. Whatever this is, it's stuck on tight. It's like a large bloodstained cloth. Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Because this cloth was underneath the chair, but he died, quote unquote, over there. To be fair, also from the animation, we know that he actually died in the chair. I think he actually died in the chair. And then he was propped up on the table. Well, it's probably the Alderman's, but it's pretty far from his body. Wonder how it got here. And why does this seem important? What do you mean, why does it seem important? Of course it's important! Why is it not in our notes? Bastard! Put that in the court record. That's kind of important. Then what's to see on this side? I should go check the other side. Apollo, what words come to mind when you watch that pendulum there? Unsteady and, restless. That's a direct representation of your current state in mind. Oh, wait, that was some kind of psychological test? My diagnosis, this strange case has made you anxious, causing you to lose your cool. You're actually not that far off the mark. It's a folding screen. I wonder what they were using it for. I read that the Japanese used it to use these in drafty rooms, but now they're just for show. You mean like my attorney's badge? Poor Athena. No. That came out weird. Poor Athena. There we go, that felt much better. Capturing her like a child must have really bothered her. Sometimes you just say something and you're like, that sounded weird coming out of my mouth. I'm gonna try again. Doesn't this Tanuki statue remind you of the manor's caretaker, Phineas Filch? This raccoon-looking thing? Yeah, it does look like him. Oh, I just got the best idea. We should knock it over, and might transform back into Mr. Filch. Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know. Way to waste a brilliant idea, Apollo. I mean, he did shake your bracelets off quite magically, so you don't know that. Look, trophies. Ooh, this one was awarded to Alderman Hubie. The Amazing Nine Tails Yokai Division winner, Tinmatown Pro Wrestling Tournament. Yokai Division. I didn't know you could have a division of one. Apollo, you should enter the tournament next time. And I have the perfect name for you. The Mysterious Firebrand. A mild-mannered masked lawyer by day, demonic masked wrestler by night. No one's going to hire a masked lawyer, Athena. I don't know, it sounds kind of cool. I'm all for it. Hey, this window opens. There's not been very far, though. And outside, we have ourselves a steep cliff. Window only opens about 6 inches. Not wide enough for anyone to get in or out. Look, Apollo! There's something caught in the window frame. It looks like gold fur. What a pretty color. It must be from some kind of animal. Or some kind of mask? Wonder what it's doing here. Did Alderman Hubie have a pet fox? I want a pet fox. That sounds nice. Is it real fur or is it fake fur? I feel like that's an important distinction. What do we have here? Looks like a statue of the nine-tailed fox and Tinmataro battling it out. Careful, Apollo! It's got blood on it! Really? Hey, you're right! Wonder if it's the Alderman's blood. How can you remain so calm after seeing all this blood? Well, this isn't the first I've seen something like this, so... You're no fun at all. At least act surprised or grossed out or something for my first case. I'm already a lawyer. You want me to be an actor too? Guess that about wraps it up. Now, if only we could get that detective to tell us what he knows. Hey, Apollo. Do you hear something? Hmm? I don't hear anything. Oh, right. Your hearing must not be as sensitive as mine. What are you talking about? Whooshing sounds, like wind rushing through a narrow strait. And the echo of someone's voice. In justice we trust! Someone's got a sharp set of ears. That was the sound of my righteous voice reverberating through the air duct. I heard it through the air duct? Yeah, check it out. See you later, Maya. Thank you for the lurk. Thanks for hanging out. I hope work is going well. But why would she hear you through the air? Why don't we go to the diagram? As you can see, that vent is connected to an air duct that leads out into the hallway. The wind must have rushed through there, and carried my monologue with it straight to your ears. And what a unique monologue it was. I was just thinking, maybe the killer made their escape through the air duct or something. A cute theory, but I don't think so. The air duct in the hallway is low enough to climb into, that much is true. But as you can see, the vent in the ceiling is very high. 9 feet high, in fact. I highly doubt that there's any way to get up there without a ladder or something. And I don't see anything of the sort in this room, do you? I guess you're right. Okay, I was about to say, is the body directly below the air chamber? And the answer is no. The air vent, I mean. Speaking of things in this room... Yeah? Can you tell us what you guys turned up, Detective Fulbright? Not on my watch, buddy! In the name of justice, I cannot reveal facts pertaining to the prosecution's case. Come on, there was a bone here. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright, but I recall you saying earlier that you would come running whenever we were in need.
I suppose I did say that. Helping those in need is what justice is all about, but keeping information out of enemy hands is also a form of justice. Oh, which justice is the most just? Why is this always so hard?
Well, how about this? Let's do a little give and take. I mean, serving the public is part of justice too, right? You know, like the police motto? To serve and protect? I doubt leaking information to the defense team falls under that motto.
Yes, of course! I must serve as well as protect. Okay, I will share some information. In the name of justice!
Oh, we did it, Apollo! Yeah, we did it alright, but I'm not sure that was entirely ethical. I feel perfectly alright with this. I think we're fine. I've already searched here, but it never hurts taking another look around. Don't you tell me I can't look around. I want to look at the creepy yokai. Look, a cat with 2 tails.
No such thing.
Oh, and this lady has a really long neck. How funny that is.
There's no way a creature like that could ever exist. She'd have a tough time swallowing.
Apollo, I bet you're one of those kids who didn't believe in Santa Claus.
What's that got to do with anything?
You're no fun. You're boring, Apollo! You're boring!
Was it Miss Jinxie Tenma who first discovered the crime scene? Oh, that's right. And this photo shows what she saw when she opened the door. Miss Tenma had a key, allowing her immediate access.
A key? So then the Fox chamber was locked?
Yes, and Miss Tenma had the only key to its door.
Really? So Alderman QB didn't have a key to the Fox chamber?
Actually, he had a master key for most of the doors in the manor, but it disappeared after his murder.
Hey bitch, I remember you having a pair of keys around your neck. You darn Tanuki! Get back here! We'll find him later. Disappeared? You think the killer took it?
It could very well be connected to the murder. We're looking into the possibility now. but it's the timing of Miss Tinma's discovery that I think is most important. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you. Ha 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 ha!
You think you're some kind of champion of justice, but you're just plain old mean.
I won't fall for that, you shameless rascal. I only help good little boys and girls.
Shameless rascal? Who even says that? Well, I wouldn't exactly call you a good little girl either.
Only for the good boys and girls. Are you a good boy? Are you a good girl? These are important questions that must be answered.
Alright, so what's the deal with all this? These feathers and tracks look like something a yokai might leave behind.
You don't actually think the murderer was some sort of monster, do you?
What's the name of that creature in the Forbidden Chamber? Tenma something? Because from the black feathers and big tracks, it looks like that creature did it. You exist beyond his sight. The law cannot touch you. Beautiful. Fulbright only sees the boys and girls. He doesn't see the good and bees.
Our prime suspect will, no doubt, love to pin the blame on some imaginary creature.
Can Tenma, whatchamacallit, even be made a victim of slander? I doubt the mayor would do something as childish as blaming a boogeyman. So the most likely scenario so far is that Tenma guy left the feathers and tracks behind to make it look like the yokai Tenma was the killer. Wait, what? I'm as confused as you are. At any rate, I doubt Mayor Tenma would plant evidence like that. So, Mayor Tenma is your only suspect?
Oh, that's right. Even his name, Damien Tinma, makes him sound like a villain. And he's really scary looking, too.
Oh wait, are you telling me that's why he was arrested?
Don't be ridiculous. He was the only one without an alibi.
Oh, is that so?
Yep. Other than the victim, the suspect, and Miss Tinma, the only others around were Mr. Filch and Miss Tinma's aide, and the two of them were together at the time.
Filch, the guy who tried to steal my bracelet. That's living up to his name, I guess. Bye, baby. See you later. Thank you for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. What about Jinxie? She's not being suspected at all?
She may have no alibi whatsoever, but she also has no motive. It's unfathomable that she would murder the alderman and pin the crime on her father. Besides, do you really think a little girl could lift up this huge spear?
Okay, I will say this. Thank you for having this bit of logic put in when in Apollo Justice, y'all looked at a 14-year-old boy and said, yeah, he could definitely use a fucking magnum without hurting himself. Sure enough, that spear looks even bigger than her.
Forget about all. That's about all I can reveal at this time. Well, you must admit, Damien Tinma appears to be the most likely suspect.
I admit it looks bad, but I'm still not buying it.
Oh, and one more thing. I must warn you about the prosecutor.
The prosecutor assigned to Mayor Tinma's trial? That's right! That's right! Who is our prosecutor if it's not going to be, Is Gavin gone? Is it no more Gavin?
That's the one. He's, how shall I put it, not what you'd expect. That is, unless you face a convicted killer serving hard time as a prosecutor before.
Who? What? Hi? Convicted killer serving hard. What the? Is this some kind of joke? Can I ask why a man in prison for murder is serving as prosecutor?
Because he's mastered the use of psychology in courtroom battles. Everyone's talking about how this murder was the work of some strange creature. But yokai are nothing more than a figment of the imagination. The baloney! Who better to prove this than a master of psychology? He's the best man for the job.
He's a convicted murderer. No matter how you look at it, that doesn't say, Apollo, that's rude? You can't judge an ex-con. He did his time. Let him be reformed.
Well, the chief prosecutor personally assigned him, so none of us are in a position to question the matter.
This really is the dark age of the law. Apollo. This prosecutor, he would happen to go by the name Black Quill, would he?
Bingo! Simon Blackquill. So you have heard of him?
You could say that. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I bet you don't know his unofficial title. Ever heard of the Twisted Samurai? That's Prosecutor Blackquill.
The Twisted Samurai? Is that because he's a criminal?
Well, yes and no. You could say it also has to do with the effect his crime had on things.
How so?
His conviction is what twisted and warped the legal world into this dark age of the law.
What? And he, of all people, is going to stand in court tomorrow?
Never fear. I myself will be there to protect you.
That's reassuring, I guess.
Well, you kids knock yourselves out now. Can't wait to see how you do tomorrow.
Oh, wait, Detective Fulbright. I've been meaning to ask you something. Why are you barefoot?
I'm sorry, he's what now?
We can't see from the waist down, so what? That doesn't look like this doesn't look like the sort of place where you need to take your shoes off.
Hmm? Oh, I hadn't even noticed. Why am I barefoot?
You honestly hadn't noticed until just now? Why do I have a feeling that the shoes that Filch shopped earlier were this guy's shoes? Wait a second. Those shoes we found earlier. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. These wouldn't happen to be your shoes, would they? Wait, does this mean you don't wear socks? Do you have, like, a bad do you have, like, bad chafing on the back of your heels?
Yes, they are. My favorite pair, in fact. Thank you for bringing them to me. You must truly be on the side of justice.
Don't tell me Mr. Filch actually stole from a detective. Stealing shoes right off of someone's feet. That's pretty amazing. I find it more amazing that Detective Fulbright didn't notice. Well, it looks like we've gotten all we can out of this detective, so let's see. And we should go have a word with Mr. Filch. I want to hear what his alibi is. There's someone we're still missing. This is just awful! It's terrible, I say! Somebody help! Oh, look, it's Mr. What was it again? Finch? No, the name's Filch! Phineas Filch! Keep on pilfering, and you may wind up a jailbird instead. Now, what seems to be the problem, Mr. Filch? Oh, it's just terrible! Terrible, I tell ya! Come quick! Okay. What's the deal with him all of a sudden? The Nine-Tailed Fox's mask. It looks like some kind of a mask. It's the Amazing Nine-Tails mask! The Amazing Nine-Tails? Oh right, the wrestler who appeared during the festival special event. What's his mask doing here? He'd never take off his mask like this! Someone must have killed him! What? Who would do such a thing? Oh, let's go over there in private. Huh? Look. There's some white hair caught up inside this mask. He's got the keys. I can see him. So what makes you believe the Amazing Nine-Tails has been murdered? You really want to know, eh? You're a studious one, ain't you? Yes, just tell me, please. Hell, it's like this. I dreamed of becoming a wrestler myself. Hey, how about you join me in the quest for the champion's belt? What a team! Me and my bandage mask, and you and that demon mask of yours. Demon mask? Wonder if I can make it big. Apollo, let's save your pro wrestling debut until after the trial. Huh? Oh, no, I wasn't actually. Why did I let him pull me off topic like that? Come on, Apollo, ask him about the Amazing Nine-Tails murder already. The Amazing Nine-Tails is our village's savior, and don't you forget it! Jesus Christ, hello? Sir, where are your nipples? His trademark's a gold cape made to look like 9 foxtails. He whirls through the ring, smacking down Tinma wrestlers left and right. He sparked the monster crave, revitalizing Nine-Tails Vale in the blink of an eye. Yep, saved our village from becoming a ghost town. Now it's a yokai town! The Amazing Ninetales really does sound, well, amazing. Yeah, pretty amazing, huh? That's why he's worshipped like a hero around here. I'm proud to be from the same village as him. Come to think of it, you look kind of monster-like yourself, Mr. Filch. Guess it makes sense since you're from the same village as the Amazing Ninetales. I know. A lot of people have told me I look like a yokai. And when was that a compliment? Ow! What's the big idea? Check your pocket. Hey, how'd you do that? Keep it. I got lots more. So you keep saying that the Amazing Ninetales was killed. What's the story behind that? Second, I'm curious. I don't think this will do anything, but I'm curious. You mind if I ask you about this? Huh? Oh, that. Right. Well, does it ring a bell? Oh, it's ringing all right. They want to thank me for all my hard work, and I humbly accept. No, this isn't a gift. Should have known this was a dead end. Let's try that again. Are you saying he was murdered because his mask washed up along the river outside? That's only part of it. The main reason is no one's seen him since the special event. The word around Ninetales Vale is he was killed by Tenmataro. You villagers are really superstitious, aren't you? Ah, we are. We love conspiracy theories too, like the mayor's diabolical plot. The mayor of Tenmatown? What is he plotting? A rumor has it he's planning on releasing Tenmataro. That's why he wants the merger. He'll open the Forbidden Chamber once he's in control. That's quite a tale. Ain't finished yet. There is only one person who can stop the mayor. Our hero, the Amazing Ninetales. An old man with no nipples. He vowed to battle the mayor of Tenmatown and stop the municipal merger. I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. Apollo, we still have to ask him about the alderman's murder, remember? Mr. Filch, would you mind telling us what you were doing at the time of the murder? I was in the caretaker's office, guarding the entrance like Mr. Cubey said I should. And I made double sure no one came in. I have a clear view of the foyer from where I work. You must be talking about the small room in the upper right. Definitely looks like you can keep track of the coming and going from there. And you have an alibi to back your statement up, Mr. Filch? I do indeed. I was with Mayor Tenma's aide. Florent LaBelle's his name. So the two of you were together. That's a pretty sound alibi, alright, except for the fact that we already know that Florent LaBelle was the killer. And nobody came in or out of the manor around the time of the murder. Kept watching here the whole time. Didn't see a soul pass by. And if anybody did, that their security camera would have spotted them. But only if they came from the entrance. If they went from the caretaker's office outside and upstairs, the camera wouldn't have caught them. So no one came in or out around the time of the murder. It means we're dealing with someone who was already inside when it happened. So do you think this mask is the real deal? Without a doubt! This is the mask worn by the Amazing Ninetales. What about that white hair I found inside the mask? Oh wait, I just thought of something. Remember the golden animal fur we found at the crime scene? Couldn't it have come from this mask? Look! There's even a spot where some fur is missing. This place is the mask at the crime scene at some point in time. Which means... What does this mean? Someone with white hair who was linked with the murder and is against the merger? No way! Could the Amazing Ninetales and the Alderman actually be... brothers? Something wrong, Apollo? You should see the look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. Maybe JC could tell us something, since he works here. They were lovers! And they were roommates! Oh my goodness. They were roommates. Hey, and it's amazing that you're aiming to sell it, aren't you? Why, you sneaky lily living... No, I'm not trying to sell it. It could be a key piece of evidence. Oh, too bad. I'd hook you up with this buyer I know. Oh, wait, you want me to sell it? Yeah, that sounds about right, though. Well, where is... She might be here. Hi, Trucy. You're not who I was expecting to find here. Also, how you doing? The amazing Ninetales seems to have disappeared. Oh. Well, as long as you don't get any funny ideas yourself, Polly. Just because this is a tough case doesn't mean you get to disappear too. Don't worry, I'm fine. Okay, but you'd better win this case. Also, Trucy, meet Athena. Athena, meet Trucy. Lose this one and you'll be demoted for real to my assistant. Think your job's hard now? Just wait till you have to walk a tightrope, be a human cannibal, and get sewn in two. How about a disappearing act? I could really use one right now. Yokai Lane, maybe? Here we go. Oh, look, there's Jinxie. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and... It sounds like she's out grocery shopping. She must really like dairy products. A charm to make a better milkshake and another to cure my lactose intolerance. Once again, everyone I know who's lactose intolerant, every time I hear about someone who's lactose intolerant, they are the people who love dairy the most. Maybe she should just stick to soy milk. Jinxie, hey, it's me. It's the demon lawyer. Oh, not another warding charm. Apollo, who is she? Oh, right, this is your first time meeting each other. This is Jinxie, Mitch and his daughter. She was the first to discover the crime scene. Oh, so she's the one who... hello, my name's Athena Sykes. I'll be helping Apollo defend your father at his trial. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Where's Trucy? She went back to the office ahead of us. But don't worry, Athena and I are on the case. Oh, wait, how do I know you didn't... And that you didn't gobble her up alive? Relax, I didn't eat her up, and I wouldn't do such a thing in the first place. Oh, poor little Trucy. I'm about ready for some tears of frustration myself. She's quite an, interesting character, huh, Apollo? Jinxie, do you remember any more of what happened? Not much. At least not yet. But you do think Tenmataro is the killer, right? The yokai we saw at the festival? I don't know anything about that. Huh? But you said Tenmataro murdered the alderman. It's okay, Jinxie. You can tell me... Yeah! What was that for? People see things when they don't get enough sleep. And there's no such thing as monsters. Huh? What's gotten into her? So, if there are no monsters, you admit I'm human? No, you're still a demon because you're a lawyer and it's the same thing. Oh, I give up. It seems like Jinxie doesn't want to talk about Tenmataro for some reason. That's precisely what we need to know more about. Besides, she definitely thought there was a yokai there in the Fox Chamber. Jinxie, about this charm. You gave me this when I was heading off to the scene of the crime. You thought Tenmataro was the murderer. That's why you gave this to me, right? That's true, but... If there's anything else you could tell us, it would really help. And it will help your father, too. Alright then. Why do you think Tenmataro is the killer? I saw him with my own eyes. Tenmataro was right there in the manor. He escaped his prison and ran right by me. What? The Jinxie, tell us everything you saw. I called the police after I stumbled on the scene. I was just about to head back to the festival grounds when I saw Tenmataro. It was right around here. He was running right at me. I was paralyzed with fear. But there was no one around to help me. Then the foul beast raced right back. The foul beast raced right by me toward the foyer. Toward the foyer? Mr. Filch and Mr. LaBelle were supposedly in the foyer at the time. That means they would have seen Tinmataro too. I think we better get their statements. Considering Jinxi's mental state, her eyes could have been playing tricks on her. Apollo? Remember this picture in the paper? Someone caught Tinmataro flying through the air. I wonder if it's the same Tinmataro Jinxie says she saw. Don't be ridiculous. Tinmataro is the killer, and he can fly too! Curiouser and curiouser. Jinxie works at the Alderman's Manor, so maybe she can shed some light on this. So, no one knows the Amazing Ninetales' true identity? You say no one's ever seen him without his mask? Doesn't that make you want to know even more? That's why matches where wrestlers try to expose their opponent are so popular. Wait, you mean expose as in strip them naked? You even think like a demon? The only thing the winner removes is the loser's mask. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. So you see, those unmasking matches are life and death battles for the wrestlers. That means this mask didn't just happen to wash up among the riverbank. Bye, Monica. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining us. There's gotta be a story behind it. No one can stop the Amazing Ninetales. I should be shocked to find out he's really the Alderman. How about the yokai you saw at the scene of the crime? Anything else stand out? Actually, I heard this strange jangly sound. A jangly sound? Can you be a little more specific? My memory's kind of fuzzy. But I vaguely recall seeing Tinmataro holding a staff or something like that. Maybe that's what was making the strange sounds. Does Tinmataro usually carry a staff? Good question. I've never heard anything like that, and it's not shown on the scroll. How about other documents? Any of them show Tinmataro with a staff? This is the only known document depicting Tinmataro. After all, those who needlessly depict the demon are forever cursed. And what's the deal with the Tinmataro you saw, Jinxie? Interesting. Very interesting. Why didn't you tell me you saw Tinmataro earlier? Actually, Mr. LaBelle told me not to tell. Mr. LaBelle? Papa's aide. Oh, right, the other guy who was supposedly in the foyer at the time of the crime. And what exactly did he tell you? Keep the village superstitions in mind before you go talking about seeing Tinmataro at the time of the crime. Village superstitions? They say you must not gaze upon Tinmataro, but in the event that you do, look. And then tell anyone what you saw, Tinmataro will claim your soul. And that's something everyone here knows? It's like a bunch of baloney to me. Everyone from babies to the village elders know about it. But I didn't because I'm not from around here. Hey, come to think of it. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? Mustn't stare at Tinmataro. Blah blah blah, he'll steal your soul. We saw this earlier at the festival. That guy at the special event said the almost exact same thing. Apollo, do you think this LaBelle guy actually believes in Tinmataro? I seriously doubt it. He's not even from Ninetales Vale. Then why would he try to keep Jinxie from talking? Good question. I think you'd better go have a word with them. Time to unmask this monster of a mystery. The last time I saw this Mr. LaBelle, he was relaxing in the foyer. Bueno! Next stop, the mansion foyer. With any luck, he'll be there waiting for us. Knock knock! Mr. Murderer, where are you? There's no one here. I guess our luck isn't so good when it comes to Mr. LaBelle. Maybe he's out for a walk or something. Huh? Somebody left something on the sill of the caretaker's window office. Oh, it's a TV program guide. Hold on. I need to read this. Tinmatown Pro Wrestling. Howlin' Wolf versus Pretty Boy Vampire. Blow by blow commentary by Timothy Twilight. God fucking damn it. What the fuck? Oh my god. Edward's, you know, his life wasn't going so well with Belle over in Seattle. So he came over here to be a pro wrestler. Married a Yokai, episode 8. Wait, you're really a human? I don't think you could read that in the 3D. That makes sense. Looks like someone in circuit in a pro wrestling match. Yokai at the Amazon. Join the... Hold on, I can read this. Join the hunt for Tofu Taro, a high-protein yokai that fights cancer and other diseases. Only use some percentage. The value news feature. Protest intensify. Mr. Bones. Fill in blocks. Hey, what you think you're doing? It's Oh, Mr. Filch, what can we do for you? I bet she was going to scream monster, which really isn't much of a stretch. Ain't nothing I need you to do for me. Well, what business do you got with my TV listings? Oh no, it just caught my eye. Can I ask if you watched this pro wrestling program today? Yep, it was a match between a couple of rank amateurs, though. It was a complete disaster. I reckon even I could have done better than that. I seriously doubt that. In other words, at the time when Moida, Mr. Filch was watching TV and he wasn't paying no attention to the foyer. You might not even know Mr. LaBelle wasn't in the goddamn room. This fucking guy. Almost forgot. There's something I wanted to ask him. Mr. Filch, did you see anything unusual around the time of the murder? For example, Tinmataro or something like that? Huh? Tinmataro? So you did see him. And my, how clean and shiny your forehead is again today, Mr. Lawyer, sir. Bet you're shining up every day real pretty-like. Oh, ladies must love it. Don't change the subject. And FYI, that was a seriously bad attempt at flattery. Jinxie said she saw Tinmataro flee toward the foyer. So you must have seen him too if you were here. Oh, I really pushed the button there. Well, did you see anything or not? Hold it. Oh. Well, that is quite enough. I must ask that you not pester my friend anymore. You got some wide-ass fake shoulders. Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to impress? Like, did you get it tailored with the giant shoulder pads? Are you going to a football game after this? Are you a linebacker? No, you're definitely a quarterback. No. You're a bench warmer. Fuck you. You don't get to do... You're the water boy. You don't get to do anything. Hey! Forgive me for being pestered, sir. And you are? I am Fräulein LaBelle. A beau divine and personal aide to Mad Damien Tinma. Oh, divine. I like yokai grotesque. This place is crawling with monsters. Oh, excuse you. What the heck was that for? It was just a little cologne. You had a look of stinky sweat about you. Oh, you're definitely the water boy. It's from my own original brand of cosmetics called Je suis LaBelle. Oh, what a heavenly scent. Ugh, I need to paralyze my olfactory receptors. I suppose that a scent would be difficult for a peasant to appreciate. I'll have you know, that is brand number 5, Bonjour. It's my way of introducing myself. Enjoy. Now say Auditrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Here's my bottle of adieu so I can return the favor. Enough about the cologne. Please tell us what you saw at the time of the murder. I heard you're the one who told Jinxie not to mention that she saw Tinmataro. Oh, why then listen.
So she told you she saw the demon, did she?
Mr. LaBelle, do you mind if I ask whether you believe in the village superstitions?
Oh, please. I was merely trying to keep with traditions. Nevertheless, I will say this. I wouldn't stick my nose in this whole Tenmataro business if I were you. Bad things happen to those who do. That much is true. He is one scary monster.
That's crazy. You really expect me to believe that monsters are real?
Oh, you're real, and you should look like a monster.
Oh, who's talking? So, Mr. LaBelle, you didn't see Tinmataro. What was that for? Rude!
A little Jinxie has an active imagination. Isn't that right, Phineas?
That's right, I didn't see nothing, especially not no Tinmataro.
As for me, I only see things of beauty. And that's why I can barely see you.
Can I punch him? Can I, like, break your nose? I think that'd be fun. What do you guys think? I've got 2 words for this guy. Total freak. I mean, to be fair, we did kind of watch him do the murder. But yes, it's also like, boy, you are certainly the murderer. Can I ask you what you were doing at the time of the crime?
In other words, you'd like to hear my alibi?
So think you suspect me of all people?
It's enough to bring a tear to my eye.
No, it's just a formality. We ask everyone these questions. Can you stop that?
How dare you doubt me? Oh, that's an affront to beauty itself.
You obviously can't see your age. Like, that spritz really helped. Oh. Does anyone have an eye wash station? Water for my eyes.
What were we doing, you ask? Go ahead, Filchie. Answer the question.
At the time of the crime, we were, in this here foyer.
Exactly. Good answer, Filchie. Good answer.
And just repeating what you told me.
You said quite enough.
What is with these two? Wait, now he's. What is with these two? Great, now he's got me talking like that.
Are we quite through here? I'm a very busy man, you know.
Alright, well, thanks for your help. Oh, we were right here in this foyer. We definitely weren't watching any wrestling at the exact time of the murder. Also, I have to admit, I love when a character like these two come up. If for no other reason than I have the best voices for the weirdest freaks. The most fun voices come from the biggest weirdos. So these two were in the foyer, but didn't see Tinmataro.
Come along, Filchie.
Oh, where are we going? Oh, right, gotta practice them statements for tomorrow. My eyes!
You're going to take your own grave with that big mouth of yours someday.
What does he mean, practice statements?
Now, if you would excuse me, it's time to touch up my makeup.
Apollo, I know this sounds strange, but Mr. LaBelle seems unusually preoccupied with Tinmataro. Really? How can you tell? Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You see, I can read people's emotions from the tone of their voice. You mean you have good ears? Something like that. People's emotions are expressed in the tone of their voice, and my ears can pick up on even the subtlest of tones for some reason. That's an interesting skill, but what do you mean he's preoccupied with Tinmataro? I'm not exactly sure, but it's like he was obsessed with the thought of Tinmataro. That's what I picked up from his voice, anyway. For return, it's Tinmataro this, Tinmataro that! We should talk to the mayor, too. Sounds like a plan. We need to get to the bottom of that rumor about him wanting to release Tinmataro. Something wrong, Apollo? Where'd your enthusiasm go? What am I doing asking the mayor if he has ever thought about releasing Tinmataro? At best, he'll think I'm an idiot. At worst... Oh, he's here! It's so nice to finally meet you. I'm Mr. Justice's partner, Athena Sykes. I'm looking forward to working with you, Mr. Tinma. Taro?
Oh, yes. I look forward to working with you too.
Well, I didn't mind Athena telling him I had a completely wrong name. Apollo, he's just as kind and gentle looking as I'd imagined. Lucky for you, after that blunder you just made. There was something I wanted to talk to you about. There are rumors going around about how you want to or did set Tinmataro free.
What utter nonsense! They always assume the worst of me because of the way I look. But those rumors don't have a shred of truth, I tell you.
A little touchy about his appearance, isn't he? I would be too. People fucking always assuming the worst about me because of how I look. Fuck you. Assholes. What he really needs to work on are his people skills. Hi, what do you know about this? I wanted to show you this. Sorry. I hate when he clams up like this. What else do you know? Know anything about this? Do you know anything about this? This is a photo of the crime scene. You didn't happen to see a yokai there, did you?
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, no, I'm not saying I believe in monsters or anything. You're not laughing. Why are you not laughing? You're supposed to be laughing. I'm sorry. You're supposed to be laughing together. Please, somebody let me out of here. So did you see one? You know, but I don't know, Tinmataro or... never mind, just forget it. Is he laughing at me, with me, or even laughing at all? It's kind of hard to tell. How about we just do a regular talk? So rumor has it that you want to push the merger through in order to release Tinmataro. Of course, that's a bunch of baloney, isn't it? Sorry if I offended you.
So that's the talk around town, is it?
I can see how that would make you angry.
What if Jinxie's schoolmates start teasing her about this?
Huh?
I must break out of here at once! Her tormentors must be taught a lesson!
No, wait, first we have to get you a not guilty verdict.
Don't try and stop me. This is about a father's duty to his darling daughter. Hold tight, sweet Jinxie! Daddy's coming to save you!
I love this guy. I think you're a good dude. I like you a lot. Relax, we'll look out for your daughter until we get you free.
Is that so? You don't need me to go straighten things out myself.
Oh boy. They'd probably call him the SWAT team if he showed up at her school. Oh, right. I ought to ask about the reason behind the merger. It seems like you were rather forceful in pushing for the municipal merger. Did you really want Ninetales Vale that badly?
Yes, well, it's quite an attractive prize in terms of tourism.
Hello, Bracelet. We haven't seen you yet this game. Oh, wait. Am I feeling what I think I'm feeling?
Sure, I played a bit of hardball, but only when I deemed it necessary.
Do it. My bracelet's reacting. What is it, Apollo? Tinma may not be telling the whole truth. Really? How can you tell? People invariably tense up when they lie. That's where my bracelet here comes in. I can sense when the person I'm talking to is feeling tense. Because it begins to feel tight on my arm. No way! You can do that? Oh wait, so you believe me? Just like that? Sure, each of us has our own special gifts. Oh yeah, Athena has a gift too. Her special sense of hearing. Still, what do you think the mayor's lying about? I don't know, but it's our job to find out. It's been a while since my bracelet last reacted like this. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. First, I touch my bracelet. Right, now let's give it a whirl. I'm not used to doing this outside of the courtroom. Still as intense looking as ever. Look at how bloodshot he gets. He's like, I'm looking as tightly as I can. Like, are you okay? Are you bugging out? Are you about to pop a few blood vessels? I'm fine. I remember this feeling of intense concentration. The ability to see the smallest twitch, the slightest frown that no one else can see. Now, Mertinma was lying somewhere in that statement he just made. And when he lied, a certain habit made itself clear just under his right eye. I just have to shift my viewpoint up and focus on that area. Alright, I've got him now. His nervous tell should appear when he's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. He's got an eye twitch, the most obvious of tells. Gotta pore over every word he says and wait for it to appear. And when it does, I'll perceive it. I have a feeling it's in terms of tourism. This feels a lot slower than it did in the previous game. Look at your eye doing weird things, buddy.
Gotcha!
Oh, it's a prize, all right, but you're not in it for the tourism. Mr. Mayor, please, you can trust us with the truth.
The truth? I don't understand.
When you mentioned tourism, the bottom of your right eye started twitching.
What nonsense is this? So what if it did?
Please, tell us more about your merger bid.
What more is there to tell?
Are you really seeking to merge with Ninetales Vale?
I already told you. Tourism. The monster craze really revitalized the village, making it quite the prize.
You really don't trust us, do you?
What are you talking about? The village has been hot property ever since the monster craze started, has it not?
I think you've yet to realize that what you're saying contradicts the facts. You say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetales Vale, so you felt it would be an attractive prize for its tourism. But that would contradict this. Where is it? Where is it? It would contradict what specifically? I'm trying to see what for tourist. No, it's probably not that. It's not that. I don't think we have evidence that necessarily contradicts. Oh, I know, except for this one.
Take that!
Because it. Ugh. Sorry. Okay, nope, wrong one. I thought that the. That's how he deals with flies. I hate to see him when he's really angry. Okay, here's the thing. I was thinking it would be that one because it has the information that depicting Tinmataro is foolish. And can lead to being cursed. But... is my microphone acting weird? One moment. See if that helps. This one? There we go. The monster craze in Ninetales Vale is a very recent phenomenon. It was sparked when the amazing Ninetales rose up against the municipal merger. The village was practically a ghost town before then. So you see, you couldn't have possibly seen it as an attractive prize for its tourism. What's the real reason behind it? Right, it was, yep, right, because it was the Ninetales put, right, I remember now. I had forgotten. What was the real reason behind your push to merge Tinma Town with Ninetales Vale, huh?
Well,
Are you broken? Are you gonna tell us now? What's going on, my dude? Spill the beans. Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
Honestly, I never wanted to pursue the merger in the first place. But I had no choice if I wanted to protect my darling little Jinxie.
Protect her from what?
I received a threat. It said either I go through with the merger or my Jinxie dies.
Holy shit, that's a hell of a threat. Hello? The fuck? What? How awful! Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but whoever blackmailed me must be connected to the murder.
Wait, you think the blackmailer and the killer could be one and the same?
Alderman QB was immensely popular, so you have to ask, who would want him dead? The blackmailer who wanted the murder at all costs had all the motive in the world.
But why go from blackmail to murder? The merger protest won't disappear just because the alderman was killed. Could it be? What if there was another reason for the murder? Like what? Maybe the blackmailer discovered Alderman QB's secret identity, and his secret identity was a threat to the blackmailer's merger scheme. What do secret identities have to do with anything, Apollo? I have evidence revealing the alderman's secret identity. Maybe it's time to use it. Take that! Mayor Tenma, please take a look at this if you would.
That's the amazing Ninetales' mask. What is the meaning of this?
This mask was almost definitely at the crime scene, and there was some white hair inside.
White hair, you say?
There was but one person with white hair in the manor that day.
What are you saying?
You know which man I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Rex QB, the amazing Ninetales himself. No way!
The alderman was impossible.
Oh wait, I come to think of it, Alderman QB was a former pro wrestler. So the blackmailer turned killer when he discovered the alderman's secret identity. Didn't I just say that? But yeah, the amazing Ninetales was a threat to the blackmailer scheme. He opposed the merger and as a result single-handedly sparked the monster craze. This is some Scooby-Doo shit if I've ever heard it. Like, other than the fact that Scooby-Doo doesn't usually start with a murder, that is some Scooby-Doo level weird bullshit going on here. It was the white capitalist in the fucking mask all along. Even so, what was the mask doing at the crime scene? There had been an event at the manor, and maybe Alderman QB had taken part in it, if you get my drift.
This is absurd!
Mr. Mayor, do you have proof of the threat that was made against you?
Yes, a blackmail letter. Unfortunately, it disappeared after the murder. I'd been carrying it around in my briefcase, but now it's suddenly vanished.
The blackmailer must have taken it with them after they killed the alderman. Well, at least we've clearly established the killer's motive.
Mayor Tenma, visiting hours are over. It would appear this meeting is adjourned.
Oh, I had the hiccups. Oh no. Send help. Apollo, do you really think the Tin Motaro that Jinxie saw is the killer? I don't know. All I know is there's no such thing as monsters. There are such a thing as ghosts, but no monsters. What about the newspaper? What about the newspaper article? Could the killers purposely free Tin Motaro to do their dirty work? Oh, come on. There wasn't enemy Tin Motaro to release in the first place. Yes, but the only suspects police have right now are the mayor and a yokai. Oh, we'll probably be arguing whether there was a yokai involved in court tomorrow. Ugh, I can already see that look of disbelief on the judge's face. Apollo, are you alright? I'm fine, I'm fine. I'll think of something. And better, because I can't very well say a flying demon was the killer. At this point, the only thing I know for sure is tomorrow is going to be one doozy of a trial. Aren't they always, Apollo? Aren't they always? We always get the short end of the stick in these. This is kind of what happens. Moving on. April 18th, 9:15 a.m. District Court's Defendant's Lobby, number 3. I will say, part of me finds it really funny that it's rare for the quote-unquote assistant to also actually be a lawyer. So we've had Maya Fey, you know, spirit medium. There's been Susato Makoto, who was an assistant. But now we finally actually, and then we had Trucy Wright, who was a magician. Now it's finally Athena Sykes, who is an actual lawyer, alongside you, an actual lawyer. Hey Athena, you've been really antsy since we got here. I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all. A real ball of excitement she is. Oh, just what she needs. Athena! Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices? I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. By scaring the daylights out of me? No, I find that shouting, "I'm fine," in a loud voice really relieves stress. It's part of my Chords of Steel voice workout, and a must before every trial. You want me to shout? Here? That's right. Here, I'll go first, then you try. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! I'm ugly and I'm proud. Alright, I'm Athena Sykes, and I'm fine! I think that actually worked. I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time. I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse? The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. There was also Mia Fey. That's another lawyer more often than not. Trying to remember who Hemorrhoids guy is. But like... Oh, I remember Hemorrhoids guy. Fucking... get Mia's mentor. That motherfucker. With the big mustache. But most of the time... Like, your main partners have been Maya Fey, Trucy Wright, and Susato Makoto. You occasionally get others, in special circumstances, but I will say that those are the main ones. What's all the racket, you two? Mr. Wright. There's a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? Well, I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. Okay, so you haven't gotten it back yet. Makoto was a lawyer, illegally. In Japan, she was a lawyer, illegally. In London, it was perfectly legal. She just wasn't a lawyer, she was an assistant. That's all! That's huge news! But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. In 6 months. We can talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. But wow. I'm so used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. That suit makes him look like $1 million. It feels weird seeing him back in the suit. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know we already did the first episode, but still. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah. He's serving time, but before that he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology? That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. It is kind of funny that they actually spent the time to give him his... I don't want to call him hobo outfit. I'm going to call it his daddy outfit. Mainly because I think it's funnier. Using the power of suggestion, he can make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. So he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. The suit's it's a different kind of daddy. There's two very different kinds of daddy happening here. You know, what's your flavor of daddy for the day? It's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope for your sake. Oh wait, so is it true or not? Let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. Ugh, better tone down my cords of steel, too. So, are you ready? Might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Right, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine! I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, let's do this! Odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Believe in our client. Seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice! Boy, haven't heard that one in a while, have we? And by that, I mean like 2 weeks. Or maybe just 1 week? I don't remember. Courtroom number 4. Not the one that gets blown up. Or is it the one that gets blown up? I don't remember. No, courtroom number 5 got blown up. No, it's courtroom number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma.
Apollo Justice, defendant's team leader, is ready, Your Honor.
I know that big booming voice anywhere, as chipper as ever, eh, Mr. Justice? But who is the young lady next to you?
I'm Athena Sykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner and fresh out of law school.
Well now, full of beans too, eh? Excellent! Makes an old man feel young again. Now, for the prosecution. It appears the prosecution is not ready yet. Never fear, for I shall explain.
It is a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecution for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak.
Prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he is currently serving time.
Okay, the fact that he's a current convict and not an ex-convict is very
Prosecutor Blackwell's an inmate.
Never mind, this is different. Okay.
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
That's not how that works, but okay. Is that how that works? I don't think that's how that works. Right, that's definitely not how that works. Hello, sir. You look cool. I like your hair. Who's that with his back to us over there? That's him. I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackwell.
Is the prosecution ready?
Enough jabbering. Get on with it already.
Oh, of course, forgive me.
Ugh, why are all the people related to this case so scary?
Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement, if you please. Oh, what's the matter?
Unless we continue to fritter away time like this. He is a bit skunk man. He is a bit skunk man. I can admit he's a little bit hot, but he's also a little skunk man. Microphone, what are you doing today? It's all right there in the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless.
Pointless? Oh, well...
Looks like the cat, or in this case the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue. He's a part of Team Yell. No, there's not enough purple. He's only got the black and white, he's missing the pink. You can't be a member of Team Yell if you're monochromatic. It does not work.
But we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand.
Well then, your baldness. If it's so very important, why don't you do the honors?
Whoa, who? Me?
There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool.
Who?
Wait, what was that the prosecution's opening statement? Oh, daughters such as you are a plague upon the young. How old are you? You're 28. You're my age. You're literally my age. Okay. I pity your poor grandchildren. Or is it great-grandchildren? Wow, you are a stinky skunk man.
All these years, I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace.
What? You actually fell for that? That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about.
The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one Rex Cuby, alderman of Ninetails Vale, and the defendant, Damien Tinma, mayor of Tinmatown, is accused of his murder.
And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested?
His prints were on the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive, the elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary, other than potential suspect, both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive.
So, in a nutshell,
I'd have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible.
bravo, your baldness. After years, your years of experience shine bright like your head.
Ho ho ho, flattery will get you everywhere.
He's playing Simon Says with the judge.
Moving right along now, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I'm the detective assigned to the case. In this case, Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Blackquill here. I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that.
It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated, and they send a fool like this to watch over me. They must not think much of me. Even with both hands tied behind my back, I could kill everyone in this courtroom without batting an eye. Oh wait, who's protecting who from what?
Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even old Blackquill here.
Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statements.
Ho 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 ho! That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up on you.
Prosecutor Blackwell doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. Well, you know what they say. Ignorance is bliss. And the fools don't catch colds. Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious.
Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright. You got it. But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. Alderman Cuby was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendants, Damien Tinma, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman Cuby was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tinma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed a statue and struck back.
Is that possible? Does that make sense? Alderman Cuby had been some kind of sleep-inducing drug. I don't think you could wake up that easily, even from being stabbed.
Well, that's right. The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear. This sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him, except for the fact that it killed him.
Objection!
Objection! Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you also, we got our first objection. Stream, finally, I can just... Pep. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear? Never heard of the incredible feats of... of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in the clink. I don't know. It still sounds a little far-fetched. Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade. I didn't sign up for this! Haha. And so your life is spared. For now. Please have those shackles be made out of titanium. I don't want to die.
My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, or my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest.
I have a feeling he's not going to resign after this trial. He's not going to do it. I can already feel it in my bones. The accused prints are on the weapon, and he's the one person without an alibi. Why decisive evidence? Wouldn't you agree, your baldness?
The defendant is sounding guiltier by the minute.
He has the judge leaning toward a guilty verdict, and the trial's just barely begun. What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making the rounds. They say he seeks the murder for the purpose of freeing Tenmataro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwards bird. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way, he is raving mad and more than capable of murdering the alderman. Excuse you, you have no right to claim his state of mind? Is that rich coming from a convicted murderer? Who I'm sure it actually didn't come out of a place in the house. He went to a blood drive, and instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. Wait, what?
Order! There will be no gossiping in my court.
Your baldness. Please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Tenmataro. Then again, perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Behold! The lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment. Hold it! The rumors and quirks of Mayor Tenma have no relevance to this case. Besides, those charms are his head. They're just a fashion statement, I think.
Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they?
The prosecution will refrain from dragging their client's reputation through the mud. Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here. Oh, thanks for that lifeline, Athena. Careful, Apollo. He has the judge dancing in the palm of his hand. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impressions to suit his objectives. This guy really is bad news. It's a good thing we have Athena on our side, being the smart one.
In any case, it seems the victim did manage to defend himself, despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker?
None other than this statue right here.
It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle.
Two yokai, to be exact. On one side is the nine-tailed fox, and on the other, Tenmataro. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as though this very case were rendered in art. No prints could be lifted off of it, but he wasn't wearing gloves. So there should be prints on it, you bastards.
Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright, bitch, it's you and me. Was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. Was it? So, those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I presume those are real? Don't you think keeping real weapons around like that is rather dangerous?
No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted it be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle.
What? That's gotta be an old wives' tale.
The alderman had pure, unadulterated justice flowing in his veins. Whatever he did it right. lost a real champion of justice in his death.
Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop your bleeding and tell us about the weapon.
Your wish is my command.
Hold it!
Doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prince can be easily wiped off.
You do have a point there.
I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prince because he could not. What do you mean? Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there. Show him who's boss. I'm totally lost. Why don't you just tell me the answer already? Also, that's your job to refute me, bitch. I don't think he saw that plea for help.
You feeling alright, kid? Running a fever, perhaps?
I wish trials came with a reset button. They do if you're me.
Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright.
Hold it!
I was gonna press him on everything because I'm curious. To think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee?
Bingo! We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup.
That is why he was out cold. That is, until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mare. What an awful way to wake up. A rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. I, too, would have risen to the attack, for to die in battle is the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but that hole in the stomach would make eating a challenge.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please! These morbid jokes of yours have no place in this court.
Says the jester in detective's guise. I mean, he's not wrong.
Moving right along, ignoring that statement, I will not let that blow to my ego take place. I will ignore it. Mayor Tinma attacked his help.
Hold it!
The alderman was drugged because he was really strong?
Did you see those rock-hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor-like musculature. I admit I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. Ha 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 ha!
How old are you? You're 13 years younger than him? Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on. Quite a difference when compared with the yellow belly like you. Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore? Yeah, and the color's all wrong too. Oh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato? I move to strike both of your comments from the record.
Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now, let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled. Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot. But the sudden pain jolted the victim and he grabbed a statue and struck back.
Are you sure that's possible? Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear?
Absolutely! After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged, then speared, was answered with a righteous counter attack.
Does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman?
Absolutely! After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still don his superhero guise in times of need.
You're a bit dim, aren't you?
Objection!
Objection! You need to lay off the comic books, detectives. We're talking about real life here. Setting aside the half-wit's flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court-ordered post-mortem concluded the victim moving after his skewering. So he found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh? Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident. No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. That part about the alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. What evidence do I have to be like, no, fuck you? You can't see the statue in this picture. But we know it's on the right side of Tenma there. So we can't necessarily. So the question has become, well, then if he smacked him before he died, how did he? Well, he just moved. So it doesn't explain a bunch of other stuff. What would be... The only evidence I would think of is the fact that there's no prints on the statue, right? Like, that has to be kind of a big deal. I would say so anyways. Here, take this.
Objection!
Objection! Did the alderman really strike the mayor?
What? Are you questioning my sense of justice?
Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him. Well, the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory.
It would appear the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks is odd about the detective statue theory.
There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence, because if you look at the picture here, he's not wearing gloves. And if you look at the crime scene photo, what I just pulled up, and now you're pulling it up again, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves.
Yes, I believe he is quite gloveless indeed.
If he touched the statue with his bare hands, it should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you?
Oh, this can't be happening. Did I arrest the wrong man?
Yes, you did. You did, Apollo. You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse. Well, it's just 1 point in our favor. Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman? Well, if it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed the mayor. You mean there was a third party there in the Fox chamber? Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for.
There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackwell, would you care to respond to the defense's assertion?
The least you could do is look at me while being dismissive. Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono. I'm sorry, did the translation actually keep in the Dono? Wow, you really are a samurai. Justice Dono, you've been watching too many samurai flicks. It'll take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackquill. A whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship. This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackquill. There's a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall that blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime. Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's. So, what are you getting at? Own your mind, boy. Why was there blood on that cloth? Boy. He's only a couple years younger than you. He's not that much younger than you. I believe he's 24? 22? Something around there? Why was there blood on that cloth? Solve that riddle, and you shall see if the hole you thought you found is but an illusion. Now let's see. How was that cloth used? If it has the mayor's blood, it was either wiping up blood or just wipe up blood, I guess? Maybe the cloth was used to wipe as much of the mayor's blood as possible off the statue. And in the process, the culprit inadvertently erased the alderman's fingerprints as well. But the mayor did not bother to wipe away his own fingerprints on the murder weapon. Why would he wipe down one weapon but not the other? Careful now. Use what little brains you have left before you speak. Give me a do-over on that one, please! Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor. But why? And also how? Precisely. Bully for you, boy. Oh, it was nothing. Apollo, don't let him start manipulating you, too. He just closed the hole for the prosecution. I did? I did! Right. And a statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprints is as plain as day. But it also proves there are no holes in our theory of the alderman striking back. But that... Oops! But that doesn't... Again, here's the thing. It doesn't explain why the cloth was underneath the chair and why the frickin' spear didn't have its fingerprints wiped off. Like, it does not make sense. Well, there's still a bit of a logical hole here. Now do you see how dull your mind is? I'll make sure to sharpen it next time. A particularly frightening inmate once told me that he always tenderly honed his blades before he went to work, like the samurai of yore.
Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me.
Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time. Oh wait, so the inmate was a murdering samurai prison chef?
It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all.
I was kind of attached to that hole. Apollo, you can't just say stuff like that. I know you miss Gavin, but like, come on, man. There'll be other boys out there. There'll be other men. You'll find a boyfriend. Don't worry about it. Maybe not Black Quill. Apollo, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Why didn't I think of that? Anybody could have not left prints on it. Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please, illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady. There's only one answer. The real killer. Prove the existence of this real killer, then. What evidence have you? Oh, I'll give you evidence, alright? Athena, are you sure about this? To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks allegedly from a yokai were found at the scene. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with that statue.
Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed the alderman?
I'm suggesting someone made it look like a monster. That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Objection!
No, Athena, you just lost what little credibility we had left. Ah! We can just say someone faked it. Someone faked the monster thing. Hello? I love this face, though. Athena, I love this face. It's a wonderful face. Hold on. I need to save this. This is a... fuck everything. Hold on. This is too funny. There we go. I'm going to save that for later. Sorry. I guess I got carried away.
Mr. Justice, we've no time to deal with objections between members of the defense.
Sorry, Your Honor. This kid's still... well, the kid. Ouch. You meanie. I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright.
So, is this court to believe the feathers and tracks are from a yokai, as you put it?
No, Your Honor. I believe they're a fabrication. A real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman.
Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that?
Indeed.
Mr. Justice, you seem as new to this as your partner is.
Ouch. This, I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright. Hey, Fulbright, explain to his baldness why those brats are missing. What these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks. What? You
mean you can explain all that? Our investigative prowess is without equal.
I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession.
Very well, what's here about these so-called yokai feathers and trucks?
Joy.
This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition on the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Ninetales helped embolden the protesters, so he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer!
But then why didn't he wipe off his prints? Hello? 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 If he had time to do that, why didn't he... Okay.
Absolutely. He knew exactly how to prey on their superstitious minds.
Those feathers only gave weight to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon Tenmataro, that is.
Tenma who?
Tenmataro, the legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. From a young age, the villagers were taught to fear the great black feather demon, and thus were they blinded to other, more plausible explanations. Hold on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect?
Mr. Justice, please explain yourself.
On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at QB Manor. As part of this event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenmataro. Obviously, this person is a much more likely suspect than any legendary demon.
Objection.
Dullard, you are playing right into the killer's mind games. What? Listen here. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believe the murder to be work of the real Tenmataro. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenmataro suit is the killer. Ah! The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflect blame away from himself. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman. And thus our mentally deficient mayor was caught red-handed at the scene of the crime. But it doesn't... The order of operations doesn't make sense! You're saying that he planted the footprints and the feathers before stabbing the alderman. When the feathers are in his blood, and the footprints are out of his blood. You're saying he was knocked unconscious by the blow, but he had time to do all this, and he didn't wipe off the fingerprint. What, are you fucking insane? Hello? Am I crazy? Am I misunderstanding something here? Are you the killer? You're the one with the feather in your mouth. It's the wrong color feather, but still.
Objection!
You honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid? The evidence speaks for itself. Fulbright!
Right. It was the mayor's last-ditch effort to stop the opposition before things got crazy. The amazing Ninetales was fueling both the yokai craze and the anti-merger movement. Plus, he's one of the better-known masked wrestlers and the hometown favorite. And that's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice. But do the people of Ninetales Vale really believe a yokai is behind the crime? Yokai sightings are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I must say, a crime that preys upon innocent, impressionable minds.
Just so. A particularly silver-tongued inmate once had the following words for me. The innocent of heart are the easiest prey.
You don't say. Was an inmate a con artist?
No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap. Oh wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey?
Yes, well. Now then, the defendant may proceed with their cross-examination.
I feel like I want to blow this out of the water real fast. It's like, I was going to call it here, but I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, I hate you. Because I'm just like, how did he do that if he got hit over the head and was knocked unconscious and I found him like that? Hello?
Objection!
I didn't mean to press that button. I didn't mean to press that button. I pressed the wrong button, but hey, at least we know that that's wrong. Oops, my bad. I have so many questions.
Tony has earned himself a penalty.
I didn't mean. Can I have that rescinded? I made a mistake, like legitimately. Oops.
Objection!
What do you mean that's still wrong? Fuck you.
I object to you on personal grounds. The sole contradiction lies in what your faulty logic dreamt up.
I have so much logic. Excuse you, I am the most logical. I am not just the protagonist, I'm the player. I know more than you.
He stoked the villagers' fear by fabricating a monster.
Oh, I can consult. I can't flag any inconsistencies.
There haven't been any contradictions in the testimony so far? That can mean only one thing.
Time to press the witness. We'll have to work to get the testimony we need. Press the heck out of any statements that stick out. Fine, I'll press the bastard. Actually, this feels... Let me see. This actually feels like a good time to call it. I think we'll start this next time. I believe next time on, we shall continue this cross-examination. But for now, I'm kind of hungry. So, we're gonna call it there for today, y'all. Look at this fool and his clenched finch? Clenched fist. Words are hard. I was saying something. What was I saying? Thank you all so much for joining me today. Yeah, that's the main thing. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed this. Oh, God. More shiny. Oh, these people and their logic. I'm gonna murder them all someday. I swear. I promise. And then I'll be the one. And then I'll be the one on trial. But they'll never find the bodies. Anyways, I had a wonderful idea for a new emote in the middle of the stream. Speaking of which, as a reminder, we do have some new emotes. For if you're subbed, we have some blushy. We have a knife, like knife smug, and our very own objection emote. Yay, they're cute. I love them. I'm also working on some other emotes at the moment. Shh. But for now, we're gonna call it here. Let's see who else is streaming. Ooh, I have two really good options. Let's see here. No, it has to be Bree. We have to. It's got to be Bree. We're gonna raid Bree, y'all. That is not how you spell that. Welcome back, Maya. We're calling it a day here. You're just in time to raid Bree, who's playing Helldivers. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll do that right now. Ah. All right. Let's see here. We should be back for normal streams this weekend with Digimon and Persona. Beyond that... Is there anything beyond that? I don't think there's anything beyond that. Beyond that, for now, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And have yourself a wonderful rest of your week. And we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.